Hello dear students, I welcome all of you. In that last lecture of environmental microbiology, we have discussed about the different zonation in different microbial flora which is distributed in the different aquatic systems. So in this lecture we have to discuss about the distribution of microorganisms in different water environment on the basis of depth of the water or different planktons or zooplanktons, phytoplanktons which are present in the water reservoir. We have different group of organisms like rhizobenthos, ectobenthos, epilithon, endobenthos, metaphyta. These are the different characteristic group of microorganisms. On the basis of their habitat and nutritional pattern or different characteristics, they are grouped into different groups. So these are also discussed in last lecture. Now, in this lecture, we will discuss about the distribution of microorganisms with respect to different water systems like lake, pond, rivers, streams, ocean or sea. All these are the different water ecosystems where different microflora or with respect to the nutrition microflora can be varied with respect to this environment. So first we will discuss about the microorganisms which are present in lake and pond system or reservoir. Lake and ponds have characteristic zonation and stratification like littoral zone, limnatic zone, profundal zone and benthic zone. These zones we have already discussed in previous lecture. This zonation of this water reservoir is based on the which type of plants or phytoplanktons or zooplanktons which are present in that particular zone are divided. So, lake or pond system is categorized into different zones. Littoral zone is nothing but an area where water meets with the soil. That means नदीच्या किंवा सिस्टीमचा काठ म्हणून आपण त्याला ज्या ठिकाणी we can see a rooted vegetation. So it is nothing but a littoral zone, limnatic zone, profundal zone and benthic zone. So here we have already discussed in last lecture with respect to the presence of sunlight, different photic and euphotic zone we have also discussed in last lecture. With respect to the benthic zone, different organisms which are present at the bottom of that reservoir we have already discussed. So benthic zone is rich in organic material and majority of organisms and anaerobic decomposer which are found in that benthic zone. Benthic zone is nothing but a zone of that water reservoir. At the bottom here, mud and different organic or inorganic materials which are suspected now settle down in that particular zone, and with respect to that different depth of that water, different anaerobic microorganisms probably mostly we can see in that benthic region. So most productive zone are limnatic and littoral zone. Here the productive zone where continuously photosynthesis is occurred, if here the sunlight reaches to that particular depth of that water. So these are the limnatic and littoral zone where phytoplanktons can be observed or rooted vegetation we can see. So they carried out their photosynthetic mechanism, and by using this they carried out the preparation of their food. So these zones are called nothing but the most productive zone of that system. Organisms like Pseudomonas, Flavobacterium, Aeromonas, Alkyligens are most dominant in lake and pond ecosystem. Also, the member of enteric family are found commonly in the lake and pond system. So, dominant organisms are Pseudomonas, Flavobacterium, Aeromonas and Alkyligens. These are the species or group of organisms which is most dominant in that particular lake and pond system. Apart from that, different microorganisms which are member of enteric family as the household waste and wastewater from the industry can enter into that lake and pond system. That's why different or due to human activity, most of the enteric microorganisms can be present in the environment. Next is stream system, or we have discussed about the microorganisms which are present in that stream. So streams obtain a majority of nutrients from the flow of inorganic and organic material from surrounding terrestrial system of lake or pond. Streams ज्यांना आपण जमिनीवरती वाहणारं पाणी किंवा झरे म्हणून त्यांच्यामध्ये जो न्यूट्रिएंटचा जो पार्ट असेल किंवा जे न्यूट्रिएंट्स त्यामध्ये अवेलेबल असतील which are incorporated in that particular water from surface water or agricultural water which is inoculate transferred to that streams. So these water nothing but a source of water which is collected from the different terrestrial environment. So microbial flora of that particular streams or system reservoir reflect the immediate terrestrial condition, including the effect of agricultural and industrial practices. So microbial flora of the streams is nothing but a immediate flora which is transferred from agricultural and industrial practices. So nothing but these are the microbial flora which is representative of agricultural and industrial you can say practices or waste. So these are nothing but a flowing water, and the flora may be a transient flora. Now we have to discuss about the estuaries or another type of your water system or water system. It is nothing but a semi-enclosed coastal body of water having free connection with open seas. हा एरिया असा आहे की ज्या ठिकाणी तुमची नदी किंवा जे पाण्याचे प्रवाह आहेत ते समुद्राला मिळतात, अशा भागाला तुम्ही इश्युरीज म्हणतात. ठीक आहे. इश्युरीज आर कॉम्प्लेक्स सिस्टीम which receives input from various sources compared with ocean water. Estuaries lack consistency in many characteristics like temperature, salinity, turbidity, nutrient load, etc. As we have already said, estuaries are nothing but an area where river meets with the ocean, and here it is nothing but a very complex system as ocean salty water and fresh water from the earth now meet with one another, and it affect the microbial load or nutrition which is present in that particular environment. So compared to the ocean water, estuary water lacks consistency in many characteristics like with respect to different physical parameters like temperature, salinity, turbidity and nutrient load are vary in this estuarian system. Some microbial flora of estuary are indigenous, while other are transient, having added from domestic, industrial, agricultural or atmospheric sources. Here, microbial flora of that particular estuarian system are transient. You can say it appear for some time. So, indigenous means which is found all time at that particular environment. So, some flora of the estuary is indigenous, while some are transient, which is obtained from the wastewater released from the industrial use or after domestic use, which is released into the river or lake or streams, and which is now reached to the estuaries. So with respect to the nutritional load or microbial flora can be different with that particular environment. In domestic, coliforms, fecal streptococci, bacillus species, proteus, clostridium, thiobacillus, thiopsys, etc. are dominant as nutrition is abundant. As we have said, estuarian water, it having is most of the part from industrial and domestic waste. So domestic waste is nothing but a wastewater which is released from the household use. So most of the dominant flora from that particular water is coliform organisms which are present in the colon of human beings or the animals. So these organisms are mostly dominant in that water. Fecal streptococci, Bacillus species, Proteus, Clostridium, these are the different representative flora which can be transferred from domestic waste to the estuaries. In nutritionally poor environment, Hypomicrobium, Caulobacter, Pseudomonas, Azotobacter, Nitrobacter, Nitrosomonas, and Pneumonas fungi are present. These are the different characteristics flora of estuaries in which different Hypomicrobium, Caulobacter, Pseudomonas, Azotobacter, Nitrobacter, Nitrosomonas species can be observed in that particular environment. Lastly, the fourth water reservoir, that is sea, or we can say ocean. Microorganisms are found at all depth in water. As we have discussed in last lecture, depth of ocean or sea can be vary from few meters to few kilometers. So at that particular depth of water, microorganisms can be found at surface as well as at the bottom of that sea. So they occur in plankton and in the sediment of the ocean floor. So there we can observe planktonic organism, whether they are phytoplankton or zooplankton. Bacteria like Vibrio, Acinetobacter, Pseudomonas, Flavobacterium, Alteromonas, Staphylococcus are dominant, as they are transferred from the rivers of domestic or industrial waste. So these microorganisms are from dominating organism in that particular environment. Also, the various species of algae, fungi, and many more types of phytoplanktons and zooplanktons are found in seawater. Apart from these microorganisms or these bacteria, different types of fungi, algae can be found in that particular environment. Apart from that, up to the depth or to the bottom of sea, you can observe different microorganisms. On the basis of salinity, temperature, pH of that water, different group of microorganisms can be created with respect to the acidophiles, alkalophiles, diarophiles, so basophiles. So these are nothing but a different variety of group of microorganisms can be present or grouped into different groups with respect to that particular habitat where that microorganisms can be present or carry out their life processes. So it is nothing but we have already discussed about the different group of microorganisms, planktonic group, zooplanktonic group, depth with respect to the depth we have categorized different lake system into different groups, different representative flora of different water system. So it is nothing but a distribution of microorganisms in aquatic system. In next lecture we will discuss about the to determine the sanitary quality of water with respect to different methods which can be used in micro